welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am lulling Lisa, hoping to lull you into a state of relaxation, entertainment, or sleep through ASMR. Now, today's video is exciting because I have this little book here, and this is this Love Poems book by Pablo Neruda. Pablo Neruda. Now, Pablo Neruda is a Chilean poet, very, very famous poet for writing in the Spanish language, but I'm going to be reading you the poems in English. Some things, of course, get lost in translation or butchered, but English is my first language, so I'll be reading in English. This book is so lovely. I won't be able to get through it all, but maybe I'll make a little note of the page that we're at so that we can continue this and one day finish it together. But with Valentine's Day right around the corner, I figured that this was lovely and perfect to read with you all, so I'm very excited to read this Love Poems book. I have to say that Pablo Neruda is my favorite poet of all time, or was my favorite poet of all time. He's no longer with us, but he writes some beautiful poetry. So the first page, the contents, they have the name in Spanish and in English because on the book they give you both the Spanish and English translation, which is really lovely. So I'll go through all of the poems with you. It's on the first page, so I'll read you the name of the poems. And okay, I'm going to try to read it in Spanish and in English, the name of the poems, but the actual poem I'll just read it in English. So let's see. The first poem is called In You the Earth, in Spanish, En ti la tierra. The next poem is called The Queen, in Spanish, La Reina. Similar to Italian, I find Spanish and Italian a little bit similar, so. The next poem is called Your Feet, Tus pies. The next one is Your Hands, Tus manos. The next one is Your Laughter, Tu risa. Risa and Lisa sound very similar. The next poem is Night on the Island, La noche en la isla. Next, Wind on the Island, El vento or viento en la isla. Next, The Stolen Branch or La rama robada. Robada must be stolen, so branch must be rama, la rama. Next, Absence, ausencia, ausencia or ausencia, absence. Next, the insect, el insecto. Next, always, siempre. Next, the dream, el sueño. Next, if you forget me, si tú me olvidas. Si tú me olvidas. Next, ode and burgeonings. Even in English, I can't pronounce it. Oda y germinaciones. Germinaciones. I'm sorry for butchering this. Why did I think this would be a good idea? I don't know. Next, epithalamium. Epitalamio. Epitalamio. Next, madrigal written in winter. Madrigal escrito en invierno. We together, juntos nostros. Next, ode with lament, oda con un lamento. And finally, alliance sonata, alianza sonata. So, in Canada, we learn French in school. We don't learn Spanish or study Spanish, but some things are familiar based on my Italian upbringing a little bit, so I'm so sorry for butchering the Spanish language. I don't know why I decided to do that. Maybe just as an ode to Pablo Neruda. Now that I took so long reading the English and Spanish names, let's get on with the poems. The first few poems should be okay, I hope. We'll see how many we can get done before we get tired. So this is called En You the Earth, En Ti la Tierra. Little rose, rose-lit, at times tiny and naked, it seems as though you would fit in one of my hands, as though I'll clasp you like this and carry you to my mouth. But suddenly my feet touch your feet, and my mouth your lips. You have grown, your shoulders rise like dew hills, your breasts wander over my breast. My arm scarcely manages to encircle the thin, new moon line of your waist. In love you have loosened yourself like seawater. I can scarcely measure the sky's most spacious eyes, and I lean down to your mouth to kiss the earth. Can you see why I love Pablo Neruda? He's so good at this. Okay, next. Okay. The next poem is called The Queen, La Reina. I have named you Queen. There are taller ones than you, taller. There are purer ones than you, purer. There are lovelier than you, lovelier. But you are the queen. When you go through the streets, no one recognizes you. No one sees your crystal crown. No one looks at the carpet of red gold that you tread as you pass, the non-existent carpet. And when you appear, all the rivers sound. In my body, bells shake the sky, and a hymn fills the world. Only you and I, my love. Listen to it. The Queen. The next one is your feet, tus pies. When I cannot look at your face, I look at your feet. Your feet of arched bone, your hard little feet. I know that they support you, and that your gentle weight rises upon them. Your waist and your breasts, the doubled purple of your nipples, the sockets of your eyes that have just flown away, your wide fruit mouth, your red tresses, my little tower. But I love your feet only because they walked upon the earth, and upon the wind, and upon the waters, until they found me. I love that. Let's turn the page. Next, your hands, tus manos. When your hands go out, love, toward mine, what do they bring me flying? Why did they stop at my mouth suddenly? Why do I recognize them as if them before? I had touched them as if before they existed. They had passed over my forehead, my waist. Their softness came flying over time. Over the sea, over the smoke, over the spring, and when you placed your hand on my chest, I recognized those golden dove wings. I recognized that clay and that color of wheat. All the years of my life, I walked around looking for them. It continues on the next page. I went up the stairs. I crossed the roads. Trains carried me. Waters brought me, and in the skin of the grapes, I thought I touched you. The wood suddenly brought me your touch. The almond announced to me your secret softness until your hands closed on my chest, and there, like two wings, they ended their journey. Next is your lavender, Turisa. Take bread away from me, if you wish. Take air away, but do not take from me your laughter. Do not take away the rose, the lance flower that you pluck, the water that suddenly bursts forth in your joy, the sudden wave of silver born in you. My struggle is harsh, and I come back with eyes tired, at times from having seen the unchanged earth. But when your laughter enters, it rises to the sky seeking me, and it opens for me all the doors of life. My love, do not take away the rose, the lance flower that you pluck, the water that suddenly bursts forth in your joy, the sudden wave of silver born in you. My struggle is harsh, and I come back with tired eyes, at times from having seen the unchanging earth. But when your laughter enters, it rises to the sky seeking me, and it opens for me all the doors of life. My love, in the darkest hour your laughter opens, and if suddenly you see my blood staining the stones of the street. Laugh, because your laughter will be from my hands, like a fresh sword. Next to the sea, the autumn, your laughter must rise, its foamy cascade, and in the spring, love, I want your laughter like the flower I was waiting for, the blue flower, the rose of my echoing country. Laugh at the night, at the day, at the moon. Laugh at the twisted streets of the island. Laugh at this clumsy boy who loves you. But when I open my eyes and close them, when my steps go, when my steps return, deny me bread, air, light, spring, but never your laughter, for I would die. Very sweet. Next, night on the island, la noche en la isla. All night I have slept with you next to the sea, on the island. Wild and sweet you were, between pleasure and sleep, between fire and water. Perhaps very late, our dreams joined at the top or at the bottom, up above like branches moved by a common wind, down below like red roots that touch. Perhaps your dream drifted from mine, and though the dark sea was seeking me, as before when you did not yet exist, when without sighting you I sailed by your side, and your eyes sought, what now? Bread, wine, love, and anger I heap upon you, because you are the cup that was waiting for the gifts of my life. I have slept with you all night long while the dark earth spins with the living and the dead, and on waking suddenly and on waking suddenly in the midst of the shadow, my arm encircled your waist. Neither night nor sleep could separate us. I have slept with you, and on waking, your mouth, come from your dream, gave me the taste of earth, of seawater, of seaweed, of the depth of your life, and I received your kiss, moistened by the dawn as if it came to me from the sea that surrounds us. This next one is called Wind on the Island, El viento en la isla. The wind is a horse, hear how he runs. Through the sea, through the sky, he wants to take me. Listen how he roves the world, to take me far away. Hide me in your arms, just for this night, while the rain breaks against the sea and earth, its innumerable mouth. Listen how the wind calls to me galloping, to take me far away, with your brow on my brow, with your mouth on my mouth, our bodies tied to the love that consumes us. Let the wind pass and not take me away. Let the wind rush, crowned with foam, let it call to me and seek me, galloping in the shadow while I, sunk beneath your big eyes, just for this night shall rest, my love. Next, the stolen branch. In the night we shall go in to steal a flowering branch. We shall climb over the wall in the darkness of a private garden, two shadows in the shadow. Winter is not yet gone, and the apple tree appears, suddenly changed into a cascade of fragrant stars. In the night we shall go in, up to its trembling firmament, and your little hands and mine will steal the stars. And silently to our house in the night and the shadow, with your steps will enter. Perfume silent step, and with starry feet, the clear body of spring. And lastly, absence, ausencia. I think I'll end on this one so that you feel my absence. We're almost halfway through. I have secretly left you when you go in me, crystalline, or trembling, or uneasy, wounded by me, or overwhelmed with love, as when your eyes close upon the gift of life that without cease I give you. My love, we have found each other, thirsty, and we have drunk up all the water and the blood. We have found each other hungry, and we bit each other as fire bites, leaving wounds in us. But wait for me, keep me for your sweetness, I will give you too a rose. So that's all the poems I'll be reading you from this book, Love Poems by Pablo Neruda. I hope you enjoyed reading this with me. I would say we got through over 1/3, almost half. But I must go now and leave you with my absence. We have, I would say, halfway through. See, we left at the halfway mark, but these poems must be clearly longer. I absolutely love Pablo Neruda, my favorite poet by far, so I'm really excited to read this with all of you. If you would like me to read you more, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to continue this. Maybe we can power through and just finish this all in the next read, maybe before Valentine's Day. Who knows, but I really hope that you enjoyed the reading of these poems. And it was so wonderful to get into the romantic Valentine's Day spirit with you all. I'll probably read in a different atmosphere next time. This is just my sister's bedroom. I had to quickly film here in this area, but maybe next time I'll read in my bedroom, relaxing with some dimmer lights and all that. Who knows, we'll see. So let me know if you want to continue this poetry book with me, but until next time, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I could relax you and comfort you and get you in the Valentine's Day spirit with these love poems by Pablo Neruda. And I look forward to seeing you again